As you can see, we've got a solid state hard drive here, a normal hard disk drive here, and a Blu-ray drive up here. They all need to be connected to the motherboard and to the power supply. Awesome feature of this power supply here is that you see on the back here, those red and black holes there, they allow you to select whichever power cable you need at the time for the components in your computer. So you don't have to have crazy amounts of wires just hanging out inside of your CPU tower, taking up space, interrupting airflow, stuff like that. So this thing is awesome. Alright, now as you can see, we've already got power hooked up to both our solid state and our hard disk hard drives. And up here we have that serial ATA power cable going to the Blu-ray drive. So now everything is powered, and the only thing we have left to do as far as those are concerned is connect our serial ATA to motherboard cords. If you see these little guys, they're normally red, some of them are blue, some of them are black. Those are going to plug in right down here. If you see that one blue plastic connector, and there are two others, there are actually two plugs stacked on top of each other there, so there are 6 serial ATA connections altogether there on the motherboard. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the cord, plug it into the end of the hard drives. I'm also going to do one on the Blu-ray drive, and then I'm going to jack them into the motherboard. Again, blue is normally primary on any components on the motherboard, so this is what I'm going to use for my hard drives, and then another serial ATA cable is going to go from the Blu-ray drive to one of those black ones, and I'll show you what that looks like when it's all done. Alright, so we've got power and data cables hooked up to both the solid state and the hard disk drive, and also to the Blu-ray drive up top here, and those are all connecting to the motherboard right in there at those SATA cable jacks. And if you take note, I ended up tucking these serial ATA cables up behind these hard drives, and I actually brought them through to the other side of the machine. Okay, there's your hard drives, this is the other side, and they're going to go up and come from behind the motherboard through that hole in the frame and click right into the motherboard. Now the reason I did that is because airflow is pretty important in your computer. Your computer likes to stay cool. It's not so important on that opposite side there. There's no really important components back there, so your airflow back there doesn't matter as much. So if you can run wires on the opposite side of the frame, that's always a plus. You like to keep this other side pretty clutter-free so that your cooling system can do its job.